of Green Ghana Day was launched. Not only did I plant a tree at Jubilee House, the seat of our nation's presidency, but I also promised that it will not be a one-off event. I indicated that it will form part of an aggressive afforestation program to help restore our forest cover and contribute to global efforts to combat climate change. In keeping with that pledge, I'm here today to launch the 2020 edition of Green Ghana Day. This year, we've raised our target and we've committed to plant at least 20 million trees. This requires that we mobilize the entire population to ensure that each Ghanaian and each foreigner, that is every resident in Ghana, plants at least one tree. This year's theme, Mobilizing for a Greener Future, demands that we do all we can to guarantee the survival of our country and of our planet. We can only realize this if we mobilize our population and commit to the preservation of our ecosystems. It should be our collective responsibility to advance the success of this year's event, to ensure that everybody, including government workers, political leaders, members of parliament, corporate Ghana, traditional leaders, entrepreneurs, workers, teachers, nurses, doctors, lawyers, judges, students, religious leaders, farmers, members of the diplomatic corps, and indeed every person living in Ghana participates in the exercise. We have, based on expert advice, particularly from the Forestry Commission and the Ghana Meteorological Agency, designated Friday, 10th June 2022, as the 22 edition of Green Ghana Day. On that day, we should all go out to plant and encourage our farmers and friends to do the same. On that day, we should all make a commitment to leave a legacy for future generations through the planting of trees. And on that day, we should all commit to nurture the trees we plant to maturity. I declare the 2022 edition of Green Ghana Day, slated for June 10th, 2022, on the theme Mobilizing for a Greener Future, duly launched.
Aswafo Ramano ne nsem so ma Michelle Ayokobotwe e de ato dwase awofo omoma esuade e Ukraine no wonka wonkoma enton yem esan say aban na soma enipa kọ ahye bi e wo Romania, Slovakia ene Poland say adesuafo besa ahenum aduonu enson wonsesa wo munyina emrefi.
We at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration are committed to doing everything possible to ensure that all our nationals in Ukraine and those who have successfully exited that country are able to avoid harm and travel back home if they so wish. Our gathering today is a good opportunity for us to engage with you, parents and families of our compatriots, on the situation in Ukraine. Also to deliberate on what is being done for them and to hear your concerns and ideas, if any. We hope family members can also share information that would enable us cover every Ghanaian in Ukraine. Ghana is ready to evacuate all the 527 of our citizens in a coordinated manner. The 527 of them who are in our custody or we are in touch with. Indeed, it is heartwarming that out of the numbers mentioned, the first batch of 17, I've said it already, arrived this morning by Qatar Airlines. Two other batches from Romania in different groups of 70 and 64 respectively are expected to arrive later on this week. We expect those who are in Poland at the moment, a total of 16, to arrive also in the coming days. Following further information received regarding the spread of our compatriots across various borders of the neighboring countries of Ukraine, I have directed our diplomatic missions in Berlin and Vienna to send officers to other border towns of Ukraine to augment the staff strength in the evacuation exercise. I wish to reiterate that government has put in place the necessary package to facilitate transportation, accommodation, feeding, medical support to ease the burden on our people.
Let the ceremony get straight. Obia abai evacuating bia abai nepia. Yanko Jessica free will be a hot. When I say we are buying and the man scholarship, and now on one as what to bata and wako situation we will now feel near Quakutiti will say one acquire and I would say are buying and a fat sa a home a canina. Tina make a idea or your parents na ma was swimming no you die in Nakra. This program here a very good platform. A bit me a share ideas on how I bit me find solution to getting them out. Maybe say my impression, which is very good, but me nya any tangible solution be for students or more soon, you know. The one thing that minister says that they will try to get them essentials because our islands is here. Well, idea if you say maybe we are hoping say Kopombe Yomo Free and I'll create opportunity for them to get out of the place. But
Ministry of Foreign Affairs, how many border officials in Kasa? Because first day of Slovakia evacuations, no consular no kojina or to me voucher for omo passport because many are we Ghanaian to me firm. But so far obian ko hobiome into omo passport is here. Omo to me fa border no enko. And I ebinum so omamaka kron because almost so ombe feel and ebinum so ni passport into omum person ombe 2 kwan kra ko do ho because ebinum ho matena border so 5 days and temperature no say below 0 negatives very cold 5 days in snow in diverse eduane say it here no diamatene say stores in bebre eduane na san stores no inti ina sisia person rastore kra it's a very long queue it's a original tin and also near safe inti eduane sem so I dey pina say binu bebre nso ntumi ni so mo Visa cards, Mastercards, ATM cards. Into eduane sem dey I dey pa
states. And what do I mean by the Balkan states? Czech Republic, Slovak, Poland, Romania, Hungary, and the likes, and those neighboring countries had made sure they've given a lot of leverage to Ghanaian students and Ghanaian nationals who are living in Ukraine to come to their country so they can be evacuated. Unfortunately, most of our children are not being wise. They think because Ukraine is not a Schengen state country, which means that if you have a visa for Ukraine, you cannot just travel within Europe. But Hungary is a Schengen state, or some of the countries are Schengen states, like Czech Republic. They can take advantage, and when they get there, they stay over, they don't move. I will encourage them. When they get there, they should continue to Ghana. First, you do what is right first before you do what excites you. And if we don't take care, we'll be opening ourselves. So parents should advise their children. And then also the other thing that is very sad is making it difficult for some of us are some of the children are thinking of their boyfriends, their girlfriends who are not Ghanaians before they think of themselves first. And it's making it very difficult. Let us be very mindful that this is not a situation we should take for granted. We can't joke with our lives. We have to take our lives.
Saba say ye koso ewo Ukraine and Afia Russia for ntemti Ghana de hye ho no ho akiro mu ye pana so me ne boy sakase mu dunson aba beka yansa nsemi so afa be de twhwa ma no ne ho sam so no de tudwa.
On behalf of the President and the government of Ghana, Akwaba, you've gone through a very difficult times and a very difficult journey. We share with you the anxious moments that you've had to go through in the last couple of weeks. But at the end of the day, you are here with us, and we welcome you. And we thank the Almighty God that He has been with you and see you through and brought you home. Information coming in indicates that Ghana is the first African country to have been able to evacuate some of their compatriots and some of their students. So at least, if not for anything at all, the government of Nana Akufo-Addo has scored the first.
I've studied for 5 years in Ukraine, and this is quite unfortunate we have to come home. But I want to first of all thank the Almighty God, also thank the government of Ghana, thank the various ambassadors, thank the ministry, and also reassure parents that their children will be back home. Siblings should be calm, friends should be calm. The government is doing its possible best to make us all come back home. For the meantime, we want to say thank you and we appreciate whatever has been done for us.
And to quite the no, especially as I might be no qua, and to quite a who brown bit your phrase here. Then so brown bit be any to me, I would timinka. To question us about a mewa, no crane or four. Now, I say, one moon tune or doing I and tan takakra. But near Bompire saying, Yamidon Beba, no you more free, and Yamada Roma can you say?
I just wanted to stay there. I didn't want to continue, but you know, my parents were calling me that don't worry, continue, we are waiting for you and all. And the government was very good when the ambassador came to meet us in Romania, and then they sent us to a hotel, fed us, because we didn't eat, so we were very hungry. So now I'm even hungry, so I'm going to eat.
Traders Advocacy Group Ghana tag or the Nsembia to Ja. Na the omo kanyina and it's a benchmark value. The aban at say head office no cast when you want na womo eboa.
Ya you say you who say for boost is benchmark values no aban at so about 30%. Nya ye ka kire Ghana dwedi for ne say benchmark values na ma 30%. Ya 80%. Because na 100% and aban change 50. And a 50 na aka na ban pese oyifuyo enne ma huye kaka e ba ya aban esene yen twensan na yenye stakeholders engagement na when engagement na ekoso no yenwie yen Canada Moa aye commissioner of customs owo kumasi a on tag members aye meeting na about 2 hours to the start of that program any who say statement the ababon say abaya 30% without communicating it back to any ayeni ko yes our meeting you know e adia ye bonyo so na ye fa na say abaya na fa buo ama trade association na trade association ke see bit is a tag na ye no abedin komo na ye nwie na o issue sa statement ye fa na say abaya na fa buo ama ye say ye koye ni mu na ban panyin fo take note of it say be ya omo masade ni nsibu it is at 50% na ne person omu gini nyina free hon ye no na omati 20 free so aye 30% the 30 no plus the original 50 no making it 80 na ni aye kan nyina na say ye dwedi for sabe ye nya for the Christmas and aban emma se o medwedi for capital dia yeduma enti sika bia e be ko bank akobo bosia le ba ko fa ne ba in order for us to stay in business ama omo mbeto ne ma nechi na ade ba ko ye nwanwa yi
yeto aka se bono so na ye call council of state for so ye amane bo ensa ka chese ne omoko speaker of parliament on koto ato adwene se na be ya asomdwe betuma ba emrase bedwam.
Parliament stands on a tripod of legs: the minority, the majority, and of course the speakership. And for Parliament to be strong, all these arms should be strong and to be coordinated in such a way that there's harmony amongst all the three various legs and arms. So we felt that you, the Speaker, who will speak for Parliament, to be remiss on our part if we attempted to offer any solutions without having the benefit of hearing directly from you and from your position, your perspective as Speaker, and also the fact that you have been in Parliament all these years, and you know how Parliament should run. I've told the two caucuses the other day, yesterday and last week, that Parliament should be awesome, but should not by any means awful. And we should all add to the awe and reverence that is due Parliament. So we have to make it work. We can't do anything otherwise. We have only one Ghana. We have no choice but to make sure that things come on board, and then people would bury their egos and their entrenched positions for the good people of Ghana, for today and for posterity's sake. We pledge the support of the Council of State to ensuring that your tenure as the 8th Speaker, the Speaker of the 8th Parliament of Ghana, will be a success. And we have been working behind the scenes to ensure that that was done. We are particularly delighted that in your position as a longer-standing member of Parliament, you bring to bear on the speakership your vast experience to manage and steer the affairs of the Council of the Parliament in such a way as to make you the shining star in the firmament of speakers that have straddled the fourth Republican Constitution.
We are always open to counsel, to advice, and I must say we are extremely grateful that you took this step. We have others that are also doing so, and this weekend I decided to organize a workshop for the leadership of Parliament with some elders to moderate and facilitate some issues. None of us is happy the way things are going, but I keep on saying that in spite of the hopes and expectations, temper it with the real challenges that such a new system will actually offer to us Ghanaians. We've never had such a hung parliament before. And you know, governance is usually run by majority. And so when you fail sometimes to have majority, decision taking becomes a serious challenge. And particularly the system that we are running. So I'm extremely grateful to have you here. And we'll definitely open up and give you the details in good faith.
Oswafo abedi ehore ensika samon tutuye eso hey honorable John Kuma na ode atu dwa say e levin de wo se etumi bem na eye adwuma wo memu pa esan se o man ntumi ntina se e wa brekwan ye ni tuo enti o manfo bi de ya manwesem a o montumo
Adwumadie bi akoso ewo Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology ni omato ne din Ashanti Regional Youth Parliament eno na omoto omonsa e de frɛ Deputy Minister for Finance onokra sa ye mrahye bedwani ewo eye adwoso Asante Mantema onmunyamfo lawyer John Kuma na no na o kire mu se yi levia aban epese odeba se de beya obetimanya sika ade aye mpuntudwuma no Ghana fo enyi amanyosem emfiri mu o se ebinim se na omusika yi levi no ase ya ade bia airtime enso so no eno na betimi aboa o kire mu a wo hwe International Monetary Fund IMF emre bia ye call ye no sika be $918 million per ene nyae enso no wo de toto eye yi levi hu a se etimi ekoyi a o man na betimanya sika kra be ye afibia no 1.2 billion. I know ebetimi abwe ye. Ti Ghana fo hu se oman no betimi atu empon a na eye etuo.
Ebinum se adentina modi etuo munko IMF. De mesre akire mu akire Ghana fo ne se woko IMF a eye bosen na wokobo enye free money. Obetua kadachi. The last time I call IMF na ndisi aban ne was 2015 no. IMF sika enya nyina no na ye $918 million omudin fie miensa na de ma Ghana almost spreading over 3 years na se Ghana 40 ase ne de levy ba 1.5% no ebe ma ya nkasa yenye sika enye bosia be $1.2 billion every year nti fie miensa o de beje $900 million no obenya almost $4 billion Afia so yenka se yakọ IMF nti Ghana adwumayefo nyina nkotena fie yentua nursing training allowance yentua teacher training allowance even free SHS no kra na aban tua no se okọ IMF a yebetima ka cha o se unisika nti jaitua ɛde ɔhaw ne nsunsuanso bebree na ɛbɛbrɛ ɔman nti mefa akwanya yi so na masrɛ ɔman no nyinaa sɛ yɛn nyinaa yɛntae aban n'akyi especially parliament na yɛn nyinaa yɛmfa amanyɔsɛm nto hɔ yɛnhwɛ ɔman no mpuntuo kane na yɛntae 11 n'akyi ne yɛmpa ase na wogide sɛ basa aban sikasɛm bitime akɔyie
nam sɛ sɛ adwumadie ɛyɛ mmabunu adwumadie ntino chief executive officer edema national youth authority munyamfo pius enam hagede ɛso bepie mu a ɔno so ɔkasa no ensɛm sei na ɔde tu edwa.
The National Youth Authority, in the performance of its functions of developing the capacity of the youth of Ghana to participate in decision making at all levels, has designed and is rolling out these youth parliaments across the districts and regions. Plans are in place to hold a national youth parliament within the precincts of Parliament House Accra this year when National Parliament goes on recess. We believe that this is a good grooming grounds for the future leaders of our country, and we hope that many of our youth MPs herein gathered would be motivated enough to begin developing themselves and build capacities so as to transition into Ghana's parliament in the near future.
Yako atwuma mponia abatu pesua so na manebo ensa ka kyesa manfo wo ntobroso e kyesa na nsen task force yayi wo mo so mo hwe mwa magalamse nkofam no wo be hyehyom excavators eno mu fie nti abanhwe na wuchi omoka
na otwe mu na asojafo a omo ekun etia sedebe ya amanfo emfa kotikwan so entu agudie mechire galamse illegal mining no omo ekopie mu ewo ntobroso a no wa atwema emponua mansini mu ewa santemantem a ekoba se excavators bi ewo honom a omo ehyehye no ewi ase no eja no efam ema efie bi so wo ha ehye asojafo mpanyimfo adikan ye press conference amtwefo nhyemude omo dato dwa so omo ye nhwehwemu ehun kwankra fa so asa basabasa ye no esi wo na wei na ade hia omo kronum eso aye nsamtwerefo nhyiamude omo kire se enema bi e course no omo susu se asojafo no anya ade omo ekirem a omo efie ni bi ahyehye afa excavators no na omo mfa anya adwuma na omo paka esi wo control board excavators eno na timi mane ye adwuma no omo kire se omo ebeye operation no omo sesane nyina ekọ ade hie se enemanim ya omo pe compensation mpatasika enya se omo mpene omo susu se omo emu emre bia so anasa excavators na na wo ho no ebesi kronum enam so ama kronum adehye ni bi so akasa akire mu sei
da wukuara soldiers ba so mayor operation omo ba obia afidie sifie soldiers 7 atwansuo no adija abatu mfidie no miensa asifie no anye ajapade ahodo wo da mu wo fie omo sini na antobo somai yeni abere akire Ghana aban se atore chama atoye no o mesifie no mayan excavators no omo ntomayan nesa yedi antobo so free bontomu so adobra wura eniamu antobo so akire se tuntuma yentu ababiem
yempese yede tumi ene mra be hye yensem enti yede yenim se atentene ne wo mayi mu enti yehwe se ye mampanyini na na akufu ado ene na aban ebehwe na nipa na wo ma se na japade etise no ene wo mu ka ho no animu ya wo mu be ma tentene ne aye adwuma
yede yenim se ban no osi obi ye man of forest obi ye man of zoom dia yen se na fidi ye kiase ye nko zoom ene ye nko forest ene machine wa pack de ofie anya adwuma ta machine ye adwuma na hu za ye adwuma ko engine no kwanta ko engine no ahia wo ze machine na ye adwuma ba ye career de ma so ndiase ye ko nje kra o so ya nkwa batuetio ye ka ja ba se efie no machine no o si fie no mai ajabade o ma se no bi o me nsanka sa dia ye ne e ba ni kaka bia
Chief Executive Officer Oda Engineers and Planners Limited ano hey Obura Ibrahim Mahama na baby ojintete Tamale Senior High School Tamasco wabomodin a de niema bebre akoyom adoya ni aid Rafik Mahama ejina nanem de niema no emai Emo moto beye apem 1000 ahwa yede no aduane container no wo ha enama egun konkomu no adaka no ahanu ena ntosi egun konkomu no adaka no ahanu ena kwanchefo edema Engineers and Planners Limited owura Ibrahim Mahama edi akwa Tamale Senior High School no seyenyi ne enuama enkura no ni we ebebo ma semester yedi yanimu yi enkura yenyanuane edi eno akire no wo si dormitory ebefa empan beye ahenum ene akire edi amasku ne no so de nani ekohweye
My old student and also my son from Bra School, and we educated for the whole semester, and yet for only few days or few weeks. The entire Mikasano, the buy and a mini headmaster Kasai, and Obumami, number no, say only here 986 bags of rice that will cater for the entire student population for the 17 weeks. And all the Osman is a 1,000 bags of rice at the drum, and other food items. Mr. Ibrahim was C550 bed dormitory at the Ama Tamasco. I had no school, and I started project. I started around September last year, and I started. But this year it's almost about 80% complete this year, and I ain't we are the finishing touches. They be roofing. I the former school, and I 550 bed dormitory.
Headmaster at the Tamale Senior High School, Reverend Edward Ezika, or no engineer school na nemu eji eniemano eda owura Ibrahim Mahama ase so ababe school no adoya entis.
Last academic year, there have been food challenges. You can ask the students. There are times we just have to feed them what is available. We have had challenges with the supplies. The supplies come in a very erratic manner, but this will give us a lot of stability. 2,461 students that are currently in school. For instance, we are just standing by Hayfront House. Hayfront House, from here you can see some cracks on it. The building, as at now, we are not using the top floor because of the cracks that have developed. If you go to another house, Tamaklo House, some cracks have developed, so that one again, we are not using the top floor. If you put the two houses together, we have up to about 400.
On behalf of the student body, I will stand here and say a very big thank you to Mr. Ibrahim Mahama for what he has done for us. Really appreciate, and this really shows he has at heart. Thank you very much, and may Almighty Allah bless him.
Hip, 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 hip! You bet you know Ibrahim Mahama adoye so e dey aseda piece ya man na dey kasebo no asi.
LS Kuto me da se samu shemata de o number is 0244 378740 and na Cute Cat Beauty Parlor AMT Emame. One so a number is 0246 897-589.
There are today mama for special session this way so busu yasene. I can come for yame Agya Kwabena mene.
Obahima Afia Chiresi.
Damasima moni.